Hey guys, Michelle here. I'm in my bathroom trying to find a non-awkward angle. Welcome to the Happy Mama Healthy Baby live show episode 18, I think. Yay! Today I'm going to be talking about 3 ways to veg all day. I guess specifically 3 ways to eat vegetables at breakfast. That is one of my top tips for packing your day with as many vegetables as possible. If you can get 1 or 2 servings of vegetables in at breakfast, then you can feel pretty good about what you're doing for the rest of the day. So before I get into that, I'll introduce myself. Hello, I am Michelle Beckner, and yes, sometimes I do come straight out of the shower, do my live show in the bathroom. But yeah, you know, it's all cool here. So I am Michelle Beckner of Michelle Beckner Family Wellness. I help moms take care of themselves so that they can feed their babies. So I specifically not only help moms eat healthy and just be happy dealing with life with young children, but I specialize in starting solids and breastfeeding moms whose babies have food allergies. So how this show works is Tuesday nights after bedtime, usually a little bit earlier than this. I think it's like 8:30 now. Usually I try to hop on around 8 o'clock, but we're just a little bit late with everything tonight. And Genevieve's still screaming in her bed. The summertime is just hard. Like, I don't know. In the winter, I feel like she could go to bed at like 6:30, and then in the summer, she doesn't want to sleep until like 9, and then she's up with the sun at 6. So, I mean, I guess it makes sense. She's just, you know, lives with the sun. Anyway, I lost my train of thought. Okay, so yeah, Tuesday nights, I'm here talking about happy mama stuff. So either being a calm mom, so check back some of my episodes. I'm talking about that. And then also like eating right and fitting healthy eating into day-to-day life for busy mamas, because we're all busy, right? And then Friday afternoons, I'm talking about healthy baby stuff. So like I said, a lot of starting solids and a lot of food allergy stuff. And I guess since I'm here, I was just realizing we're going on vacation this Friday. Yay! Just a weekend trip up to Northeast PA, Bushkill Falls, which if you don't know about it, sounds like a scary place. I've never been there, but it's a big waterfall, I guess, up by the Delaware Water Gap in the Delaware River. So we're going to be there. I just told the whole internet where we're going to be and when we're going to be there. Anyway. Yeah, so I won't be doing my live show on Friday, probably. Maybe early in the morning before we leave. But I hope there's no creepy stalkers out here, because now you know where we're going. Okay, one more thing, and then I'll get into my 3 ways to get veggies in at breakfast. So this is Veg All Day is one of my 6 simple rules to healthy eating. Let's see if I can remember them all off the top of my head. Number 2 is cut out processed foods. Number 3 is JERF, just eat real food. Number 5. So I've talked about some tips. I feel like it just, okay, I hope it didn't cut out on you guys. I talked about some tips for cooking and simple meal planning tips in episode, shoot, I looked before I started. I think it was like episode 6 or 7 or something. So look back at that for some good meal planning tips and one, I don't know, I guess a little bit unusual meal planning tip. That's my top tip for people. So check that out if you're curious. Check out my blog post for some more talk on my 6 simple rules. But anyway, today I'm talking about rule number, what was it, 4 or something? Veg all day. So specifically getting veggies in the morning. So here's 3 easy ways to get veggies in the morning, whether you like sweet breakfast or savory breakfast. I'm usually on the savory breakfast side, but sometimes I'm in the mood for sweet. And actually, now that I say it, you know, my favorite way to do breakfast is to have savory breakfast and then have what I call breakfast dessert. So I'll usually have like eggs or something savory, and then have like something sweet after it. I mean, not always, but especially since I'm breastfeeding, I can eat a lot. So like if we go out to breakfast, I indulge and I get like the lumberjack meal, or there's always something that has like everything, like with the eggs and the bacon and pancakes or waffles, and yeah, that's my favorite way to do it. Usually, that's only the rare occasions when we go out. If we're at home, then my sweet part of breakfast will be like some fruit or a smoothie or something like that, or oatmeal. So anyway, I keep getting off track, but it's interesting stuff, right? Okay, 3 ways to veg all day and get your veggies in the morning. Number 1 probably is the one that kind of comes to mind to everybody at first, and that's smoothies, right? I mean, green smoothies. There's probably millions and bazillions of different smoothie recipes out there now. It's like a little bit much. They're pretty popular, which is cool. I mean, I am totally aboard the smoothie train. I make smoothies for the kids a lot. We kind of like do it in phases because they can get kind of boring pretty quickly, for us at least. Well, for the kids, they get tired of them. I always like smoothies. Anyway, smoothies are an awesome way to get like 1 to 2 servings or even more of veggies. And I have a ton of go-to recipes, I guess you could call them. I don't normally write them down, but so I guess let's talk about 3 of them. So one of them is like a super simple peanut butter banana. So bananas, peanut butter, yogurt, almond milk, whatever, and just a huge handful of spinach. And then you can add to that, like you can add berries if you want it to like turn an ugly color instead of green. Zucchini is a great thing to add to smoothies because it makes it nice and thick, but it doesn't really have much flavor, so you can add that too. So any combination of like bananas and peanut butter and cinnamon too, you can pretty much add like whatever you want to that. So that's a really awesome go-to smoothie, and that's a good like kind of starter smoothie for kids. And slowly up the amount of spinach you put in it. I mean, it doesn't really add much flavor anyway. And you can play around with those a lot. Next one I'll do is a little bit different. I mean, Genevieve usually likes it, but it might be a little bit different to some kids who aren't used to eating super sweet things, but it's like a detox smoothie, I guess you could say, and it's one of my favorites. So that is, you can do banana or pineapple or apples, depending what's in season and what you have, with some fresh herbs. So that would either be cilantro or parsley. Those are great for detox. Half a lemon, so like cut a lemon in half, peel off the peel, and just stick the whole thing in there. And what else? So like fruit, lemon, herbs, and then cucumber, zucchini, greens, like you can even just put lettuce, like regular green leaf lettuce or romaine lettuce or whatever, spinach, kale, anything like that. And some ginger, some fresh ginger. Don't put too much if you're giving it to the kids, because it can get like a little bit spicy. But that is one of my absolute favorite smoothies, and that's like a recommend. Greens, and I feel like it keeps cutting out on me, so I hope I'm still here. If you're watching, say hi if you can hear me. Some ginger, half a lemon, good stuff. And then last smoothie that I like, which is a little bit out there, but in the summer, especially if you're part of a CSA, you might be overwhelmed with beets. So a beets and berry smoothie is awesome. So roast up the beets, stick them in the freezer, and then you can take about like 1 beet's worth of beets and put it in the smoothie with bananas, because they don't do a whole banana, do like maybe a quarter of a banana. You just want the sweetness from it. And then whatever berries you have, so it's great for the summer. Beets and berries are both in season in the summer. And then whatever greens, zucchini, spinach, whatever you have with that. So that's super yum. You can add, again, peanut butter to that, or you can add some cocoa powder to that. That's good too. And then if it's just for you, sometimes I like to put like a shot of espresso in there, and it's a nice little like mocha beet berry smoothie. It's good. So those are the top 3 kind of like smoothie type, well, they are smoothies, very loose smoothie recipes that I like to make that get lots of veggies in the morning. Okay, so let's go savory. My favorite breakfast, I think I was talking one of my episodes just a couple weeks ago, was like the things I do in the morning to make me feel great. And one of those things is making like a really, really awesome, filling, satisfying, delicious veggie packed meal. And that is eggs with literally like a fridge full of vegetables. Whatever veggies we have in the fridge, I chop them up, throw them in a pan, cook them up with some ghee or coconut oil, spices. So I either do like this Ras Al Hanout spice mix that I've shared the recipe for before. It's my cheats, and I don't know if I'm saying that right. Cheats, meaning like it's cheat way to do it, because I only do like 3 or 4 rather than the whole spice mix. But it's basically cumin, coriander, turmeric, and some cayenne pepper. I think that's it. So I love that spice mix in my eggs. You can just do simple like salt and pepper, whatever kind of spices you want to do. I like to spice it up a lot. And turmeric's great, detox, anti-inflammatory type thing. So I'm talking like any kind of greens you have, beet greens, kale, even like the kale stems if you chop them small. Broccoli stems, I had broccoli stems in my eggs this morning. Peas are great, they add a little bit of sweetness. Carrots, like seriously, any kind of eggs or any kind of vegetables, mix them all up. If you're a fan of eggs, then that's awesome. Like just put veggies in there, cook them up, throw like just 1 or 2 eggs. So like heavy on the veg, light on the egg. So the egg is just enough to kind of swirl through and, you know, make it like a breakfast-like dish. But that's one of my favorite breakfasts. And then third way to get veggies in the morning is oatmeal. Have you ever put veggies in your oatmeal? Sometimes I go on kicks. Well, for me, for sure, like if I don't have vegetables at breakfast, like I feel kind of bad about myself in a good way. And I try to get veggies in my kids in the morning, but I'm not as strict about it with them. But anyway, a great way to do is oatmeal. Genevieve has oatmeal pretty much every morning for breakfast. So a few veggies you can do in oatmeal in the winter or the fall when pumpkin and squash is in season. I'll buy just like the canned pumpkin or canned butternut squash. Or you can roast it up. It just takes a little bit more time. And then throw that in your overnight oats. If you don't know what overnight oats are, you should. I've shared the recipe for it before, so maybe I'll share a quick recipe later if you're wondering. But I like to do, any kind of pumpkin or squash. And then you can also put carrots in your oatmeal, like a carrot cake kind of oatmeal thing. So grate them or, puree them up a little bit in a food processor and just stick them in. You don't even have to cook them. Stick them in with your overnight oats. Do like lots of cinnamon and spices and stuff. Applesauce or some banana for some sweetness. So carrots and oatmeal are awesome. Or you can also do zucchini. Again, it's like a really, really mild veggie. When I grate zucchini and put it in oatmeal, Genevieve usually isn't a fan because it gets kind of like stringy and weird. So it's usually best to like puree it in a food processor and then cook the oatmeal that way. So again, that's like, so with carrots, it was kind of like a carrot cake oatmeal. With zucchini, it's kind of like a zucchini bread oatmeal, right? So it's another great way to get veggies in the morning. So to recap, great way to get veggies in the morning. Smoothies, so I shared a couple smoothie recipes. Eggs with whatever veggies you've got in the fridge, and then oatmeal with either squash or pumpkin, carrots, or zucchini. So if you have any other go-to ways of getting veggies in the morning, let me know. Sometimes I'll even just like have a salad in the morning with a hard-boiled egg or whatever. So that works too. So share any recipes you have. If you want any specific recipes from me for overnight oats or smoothies or anything, let me know. I'll be happy to share. And check out my blog post for the rest of my 6 simple rules for healthy eating. And I will see you guys later. Good night.